Okay, we will continue this session by the point that we have stopped in the last session or the previous session. In the previous session, we have discussed up to the ninth problem, including the first four parts of the ninth problem. Therefore, I will continue the discussion from the taking the example E and F under the question number 9. Here, it is asked to express the sine, cosine, and tangent of the following angles in terms of the sine, cosine, and the tangent of the acute angle, associated acute angle. We have discussed it with the first four parts. Up to the part D we have discussed. Therefore, I will continue this from part E. In this part, we are asked to find out the values or write the sine, cosine, and tangent associated with the acute angles in terms of the acute angles. Then we are asked to obtain the sine, cosine, and tangent for minus 11 times pi divided by 3. In the previous session also, I mentioned that if we are not familiar with the radian measures, then we can use or we can convert them into degree measure and then we can continue it. But it is one way, but the next way that we can is we can just use a graphical presentation for this. Here it is given as minus 11 times 5 over 3. If it is minus, then we know that the angle is measured in the clockwise direction. Since it is in the clockwise direction, we know that we are having the minus sign. But if it is anti-clockwise, then we know that we are having the plus sign for the angle. Since it is 11 times 5 divided by 3, here if we are measuring this from 0 and we are getting the entire angle as 5, if it is anti-clockwise plus 5, if it is in the clockwise direction minus 5. Now what we are going to do is we are going to divide this into in terms of the 5 over 3. Therefore we will have the angles in this way. This is the angle 5, therefore we can divide the angle into 3 equal parts. We can divide the, okay, prior to discuss this, we'll have this first. I'll draw the circle and thereafter I will consider this. Okay. This is what we are getting. Here we are having 0. Here we may have the value 5. Now what we are going to do is we are going to divide this circle or this the upper or the lower part into 3 equal parts. Therefore one part would be 5 over 3. Therefore in this way we can have this, suppose that all these 6 parts are now equal. Therefore one part of this would be 5 over 3. It is because if you are taking the upper part, here we can say that the entire angle is equal to 5. Now we have divided an angle 5 into 3 equal parts, 1, 2, 3. Therefore altogether we are having the angle 5. Therefore now one angle of this would be equal to 5 over 3. Therefore one part of would this angle would be 5 over 3. Now we have to count it for 11 5 over 3. 11 5 over 3. Therefore if you are having 1 2 3, then entire round it is 6, then 7 8 9 10 and 11. Here we are getting 5 over 11 times 5 over 3. In this way we can find out 11 times 5 over 3. Since it is measured in the clockwise direction, we are having it as minus. Therefore we can have the associate acute angle is the one part of this angle. Therefore this would be again equal to 5 over 3. Now we can see that if you draw the quadrants, then the quadrants will be in this manner. If you draw the quadrants in the purple color, here I have used, now you can see it is in the first quadrant, third and the fourth. Here we can see that 5 over 3 is in the already in the first quadrant. Therefore we can take this as um, sine, cosine and tangent. Sine of minus 11 times 5 over 3 Now we can say, since it is in the first quadrant, it is all ratios should be have the positive sign. Therefore, this would be equal to sine phi over 3. Then we can take this the next one as sine. It is not the sine, it should be cosine. We are taking the value for cosine. It is minus 11 times phi over 3, then equals to cosine phi over 3. Then similar manner, for the tangent, we can take minus 11 times phi over 3. It is equal to tangent phi over 3. Therefore, converting into angle degree measure is one method, and the next method is using a graphical representation. We can easily find out where this angle lies on. Then according to the angle lies on, we can find out the associate acute angle for this minus 11 times phi. Then the next way that we can find out this is here we know that we are having 11 times 5 over 3. If you can write this as in terms of this 5, here we know that if you are getting think about this quadrant rule. Suppose that you are having the quadrants in this way. Suppose that if you are starting from 0, if you are coming to this point, we are having the value as 5. Then another round, if it is completed, it is 2 5. Then if you completed another half, it would be 3 5. Here this would be 4 5. Then it is 5 times 5. Likewise, we know that 0 and all the even power, even multipliers of 5 would be in the right side of this straight line, and the odd multipliers of 5 would be in the left side of this line. Therefore, if you can write down this minus 11 times 5 over 3 in terms of positive in terms of the odd or even multipliers of 5, then we will be able to identify easily where this angle is lies on, whether it is in the first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, or the fourth quadrant. Therefore, if you know about this minus 11 times 5 over 3, what we can do is if we are having this in the minus directions, then we may have this in the this manner. Therefore, here we are having it starting from 0. Then this would be minus 5, minus 2, 5, minus 3, 5, minus 4, 5, minus 5, 5. Therefore, it can be in the clockwise or anti-clockwise direction, but the multipliers will not be changed. Here we need to find out minus 11 times 5 over 3. Then we can take this as this can be considered as, instead of taking minus 11 times 5 over 3, we are trying to identify a multiplier this of 5. Therefore, I can write it as it is equal to 12 times 5 over 3 minus 12 times 5 over 3 plus 5 over 3. Instead of taking this quantity, we can expand it as the summation of two angles. Then this can be written as, here it is minus 12 times 5 over 3 can be considered as 4 minus 4 5, then plus 5 over 3. We can consider this way as well. Therefore, minus 4, if you are measuring the, if you are having the angle as negative, then it is in the clockwise. If it is positive, anti-clockwise direction. Therefore, here if you are measure this, what we can see is this minus 11 times 5 over 3 can be taken as entire, it is 1, it is now minus 5 minus 2 5. Then another round will become this as minus 4 5, but we are again measuring the angle in the anti-clockwise direction. Therefore, in this point we are getting the angle as minus 11 5 divided by 3. Therefore, now we know this angle is equal to 5 over 3. Using that way also we can identify, therefore we can say this as, if this is theta, then we know this angle is equal to alpha. When we are writing the angles, now we can say this as in the similar manner. Therefore, you can use one of these three methods rather than converting this into degrees. These two methods would be much more appropriate. Therefore, if we are familiarized with the method which I have explained at last, then it would be the most appropriate method for obtaining the solutions. It is because once we are dealing with much more complex calculations, this method would be much more easier than all the previous methods. Now we will move for the discussion of the next part. It is the part F. Here we need to discuss it. Part F. Here it is given as 25 times 5 divided by 4. Here it is in the clockwise direction. Therefore, if you can draw this, then we can simply have the values. What we know is if it is in the clockwise direction, we know that values would be 0, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, 4, 5, 5, 5, 6, 5, 7, 5. Likewise, odd multipliers would be in the left side and the even multipliers will be in the right hand side of this line. Therefore, here what we need to do is we need to write this as multiplier of odd multiplier of 5, whether it is odd or even. Here what we can consider is, instead of considering this 25 over 5, what we can do is we can consider, we can write this as a multiplier of 4. It can be considered as it is 24 5 over 4 plus 5 over 4. Now we can say the addition of these two angles gives the value as 25 5 over 4. Now what we know is 24 times 5 over 4, we can get this as 6 times 5, then added with the 5 over 4. Now we know that 6 times 5 is an even multiplier of 5. Again, it is in the line which is as the angle 0. Therefore, we know that this is, if it is theta, then the associate acute angle for theta would be alpha, and it would be now equals to 5 over 4. Therefore, in this direction, we are getting 5 over 4. It is because if you are measuring the angle, we know that the angle is entire. It is if it is one round, it is 2, second round 4, then it is 6 5 plus 5 over 4. We are getting the angle, therefore associate acute angle would be 5 over 4. Now it is in the first quadrant. Therefore, if you are taking the values for sine 25 5 over 4, we are getting this as sine 5 over 4. All values would be positive, all ratios would be positive. Then cosine 25 5 over 4 equals to cosine 5 over 4. Then tangent 25 times 5 over 4. We are having this as tangent of 5 over 4. Therefore, this is how we are using the concepts of the associated acute angles to have the sine, cosine, and the tangent value from the angles which are measured in this way, whether it is in the positive direction or the negative direction. Now we will move for the discussion of the question number 14. Here I will discuss the part A, part E, then H, J, and N. These things will be discussed, and the remaining parts can be tried by yourselves. And if I directly move for the discussions, then question number 14, first part, it is asked to find out the value of sine 120 degrees. Here you are asked to obtain the values. If you are having the tables or the calculators, you can directly use those tables and the calculators, but without using the tables and calculators, we are asked, you are asked to obtain the solutions. Therefore, we have to have the use of the expressions that we have learned previously. Therefore, sine 120. Here, what we are going to do is we are trying to obtain this in the form of 180 plus alpha, 180 minus alpha, 360 minus plus alpha, or 360 minus alpha. Therefore, this is the way of writing, whether it is in 5 or 2 5, or even multipliers of 5. We are trying to write them with plus or minus alpha. Then we can have this as sine 120 degrees. We can write this as sine 180 degrees minus 60 degrees. We can write this, it is because 120 can be made with as the 180 minus alpha in the form of 180 minus alpha. Now this can be considered as the associate acute angle. Then what we know is, if it is in the second quadrant, we know that the value of sine would be positive. 120 would be in somewhat in this way. Therefore, we will have this as 60 degrees. Then it is again falling into the second quadrant. We know that in the second quadrant, sine will be positive. Then we can take this is equal to sine 60 degrees. Since this is frequently using angle, according to the table, we can directly take the value of sine 60. It is equal to root 3 divided by 2. In the next part, I will take consideration of the tangent 240 degrees. Here I will take consideration of the tangent 240 degrees. Tangent 240, again we can simply write it is using one of these concepts. Here we can say this tangent 240 can be written as 180 degrees plus 60. We can take now it is in the form of 180 plus alpha. Then according to the quadrant rule, what we know is it is in the third quadrant. 180 plus alpha, here we'll get 180 plus alpha, it is 60 now. Since it is in the fourth quadrant, what we know is all sine, tan and cos. Only the tangent is positive. Therefore, we can take this as the tangent 60 degrees. Then we know that the value of tangent 60, again commonly using angle, therefore this would be equal to root 3. Similar manner, if you take about the next one, it is the tangent 330 degrees. The part H, it is tangent of 330 degrees. 330 can be written as in the form of, in the simplest way, we can say it as 360 minus alpha, since 30 is a known angle. Here we can say this is equal to tan 360 degrees minus 30, since it is a frequently using angle. Then we can have this as, if we draw the quadrant rule, it would be 30 in this. Then it is in the fourth quadrant, only cosine would be positive. Then we can say this is equal to minus times minus tan 30 degrees. Then tan 30 can be considered as since it is a frequently using value, we can directly take this value is equal to 1 over root 3, but minus sign should be there. And then next one, it is the part J. Part J, we can have this tangent 510. In here, we cannot directly have this as 180 or 360. It is because now we have to take the multipliers of this. Then we have to consider about the next multiplier, third one. It is if you draw this, here we know it is 0, 180, then 2 times this, it is 360. If you again add another 180, this would be 540 degrees. Therefore, now we can consider this is equal to tangent of 540 minus 30 degrees. We can have it in this way, but what we know is 530 is equal to 3 times 180. Using this concept, we can now find out in which quadrant the angle lies on. Here we can see it is 540 minus 30. Therefore, this angle would be 30. Since it is in the second quadrant, we know that tangent is having a negative value, then we can take this as equal to tangent 30. Previously also we have find out the value of tangent 30 is equal to 1 over root 3, but minus sign is here, then we can take the value of tangent 510 degrees is equal to minus 1 over root 3. Then I will take the next example. It is here it is given as the cosine of minus 240 degrees. Then we can take this as if it is in the minus direction, if you rewrite the values, it is 0, then in the clockwise direction we have to measure them. Once you commit, we'll get here 180, then minus 360, but this minus 240 is somewhat lesser than this, then we can say this is equal to cosine of minus 360, but in the plus direction we can have the values, but if you are writing this, then we have to take this is equal to plus 80 degrees, but this is not a fair way that we can find out. It is because if it is having uh, this in the 360 with 80, we do not know what is the value. Therefore without going to 360, we have to find it with minus 180. Therefore instead of writing this, we can take this is equal to cosine, it is minus 180, then we can measure another 60 degrees in the same direction. Therefore if you can write it as the angle 60, we can have this angle as 60. Therefore, this is the associate acute angle. Then if it is measured another 60 from this direction, altogether we had 180, then another 60. Therefore, this is the angle of angle which you are taking as minus 240. Then we can see it is in the second quadrant. Only the sine ratio will be have the positive value. Then cosine should be negative with this 60-degree cosine, it is minus cosine 60. Then we can have this as minus value of cosine 60 is equal to half. That is why we are getting this angle is equal to minus half. Therefore this is how we are using the angles, or using the concept of the associate acute angle along with the commonly using trigonometric angles. uh, Combining them, we are finding out the values for the sine, cosine, and tangent of the angles which we are considering as some obtuse angles. Using the concept of associate acute angle, we can easily find out it. Here we know that what we are going to do always is we are trying to write these angles, the associate acute angle, as an angle which is frequently using angle. In simply we are taking the angles which are frequently using as 30 0, 30, 45, 60, and 90, but we are omitting 0 and 90. It is because it will be on the lines. Therefore we are not going to consider those matters. If it is on the line, we can easily find out the values, but if it is in one of these four quadrants, we may not be easily find out the values. That's why we are taking consideration of the values 30, 45, and 60. And I will take another example. Apart from this, I will take this as the next example, example O, which is mentioned as tangent of 350. It is tangent of minus 315 degrees. Here tangent minus 315, if you write down the value 0, this minus 80, and then if you measure this, then we'll have this as minus 360. Since this is closer to 360, we'll try to write down it using minus 360. Therefore we, if you are having minus 360, but if you are measure, if you are completely come to this point, but again measure some degree with 45 in this direction, we can get the value easily. Therefore we can write this as this is equal to tangent, it is minus 360, then we have to add 45 degrees to this. It is because it is measured in the anti-clockwise direction. Then we will get this in the first quadrant. Therefore, we can simply take this is in the form of tangent 45 degrees. The value of tangent 45 is equal to 1. Then we are getting tangent minus 315 is equal to plus 1. This is how we are performing the calculations without using the use of the calculators or the trigonometric tables. Okay, and here I would like to mention a small correction here. It is not 180, it should be 120. Again, we are getting an obtuse angle which we cannot use this way. Therefore, we are omitting this and we attempt to use this way apart from using this. This is the way is correct, but we are not using it is because we can take we are having this angle as obtuse angle. Always we are saying writing it as the acute angles. That's why we are using this cosine minus 180 minus 60. Now we will move for the discussion of the next one. It is question number 15. In the question number 15, I will taking the discussions of the part B. Here I will discuss part B, then E. Thereafter, I will take I, J, L, and O. I will take in consideration and I will take this as well. Sorry. Okay. Therefore, if I move to the question number 15, again, we have to use the concept of the associate acute angles. Here, the first one is the part B. It is I'm considering it is sine 3 times 5 over 4. Here what we have to pay our attention, we need to write down in the form of 180 plus alpha. It is quite as 5 plus alpha, 5 minus alpha, 2 5 plus alpha, 2 5 minus alpha, or else in the any other way in the odd or even multiplier plus or minus alpha. Then if you write down the values here, we'll get 0. Then it is 5, it is in the plus or minus direction both ways. Then plus or minus 2 5 will be here. Then plus or minus 3 5, plus or minus 4 5, plus or minus 5 5, plus or minus 6 5, plus or minus 8 5. All the even multipliers of 5 along with 0. Then here we'll get all the odd multipliers of 5. Here I will take the consideration of up to plus or minus 9 5. Here we can write this as sine 3 5 over 4. We can take this is equal to sine. Here we can take this as simply we can take it is 4 times 5 over 4 minus 5 over 4. Taking consideration of this subtraction, we can simply take this as sine 3 5 over 4. Therefore, what we are doing is we are now try to find out what we are getting here. Here it is we are having it is in the form of sine 5 minus 5 over 4. Now it is in the form of 5 minus alpha. Now we know that if it is in the angle 5 minus 5 over 4, it falls into the third region. Here we are having 5 over 4. We had sine 5 sorry, it is in the second region, not in third region. It is phi is measured, but minus phi is in the other way around. Here we'll have phi over 4 in this direction. But it is in the second quadrant. In the second quadrant, we know that sine ratio has the positive value. Then we can take this is equal to sine, simply equals to sine phi over 4. Since this is also a commonly using angle, here if we identify the commonly using angles, phi over 3, phi over 4, and phi over 6. If we are considering these angles, then we can say sine phi over 4 is equal to 1 over root. Then using the concept of associate acute angles, we can easily find out the solutions for these obtuse angles as well. Then I'm considering about the next one, it is part E. If it is taking as the tangent of 5 times phi over 4, using the same concept, I will write this, then we can say this is equal to 5 times phi over 4. I will take this as 4 times phi over 4 plus phi over 4. Then we can consider this is equal to tangent of, here we'll get phi plus phi over 4. If you show the angle, it is in the anticlockwise direction. That's why we are getting plus values. Then up to this point we are having phi. Then another phi over 4 is measured in this direction. We can see now it is in the third quadrant. In the third quadrant, tan should be positive. Therefore, we can simply say this is equal to tan phi over 4. Tangent phi over 4, we are getting the value as 1. Therefore, we can say that tangent phi over 5 times phi over 4 is equal to plus 1. Using if we are extending the same concept for the cosines, here we are going to discuss the part I. It is cosine of 16 times 5 over 3. 16 times 5 over 3, we can simply say, if we can write this, we can say this is equal to cosine 15 times 5 over 3, since we can take it as the odd multiplier by cancelling this 15 with 3, then plus another 5 over 3. But we know that cosine 15 times 5 over 3, we can write this as 5 times 5, then another 5 over 3 would be here. Therefore, we can see cosine 5 times 5. 5 times 5 is again in this axis, but what we can see is it is in the anti-clockwise direction. Anyhow, we have finished, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Anyhow, we have again measured another 5 over 3 in this direction. Since it is in the third quadrant, only the tan will be positive. Therefore, this can be considered as minus times cosine 5 over 3. We know that cosine 5 over 3 is equal to half. Then this value would be equal to minus half, since it is in the third quadrant. And next I will take the consideration of part J. Here we are asked to find out the value of sine minus 5 over 3 minus 5 over 3 minus 5 over 3, in the sense here it is measured in the clockwise direction. 5 over 3 is measured in the clockwise direction. Then we can consider that only the cosines would be have the positive sign. Then we can say this is equal to minus times sine 5 over 3. Sine 5 over 3 can be considered as root 3 over 2, and here the multiplied with minus sign, then we'll get this as minus root 3 over 2. Similar manner, if we continue it for the part L, it is the tangent of minus 7 5 over 6. Here we can consider this as tangent of, here it is minus 7 5 over 6. We can write it as minus 6 5 over 6 minus 5 over 6. Altogether, we are getting minus 7 5 over 6. Then if we solve this, we will get this as minus. Here we will have this minus 5 over 6. But if you draw this, we can see that we have measured it in the anti-clockwise direction, minus 5, and another 5 over 6 as measured in this direction. Therefore, we can simply say it is in the second quadrant, but in the second quadrant only the sign will be positive, then tan should have a negative value, then we can say this is equal to minus tan 5 over 6. The value of tan 5 over 6 is equal to 1 over root 3. Therefore, we can take this is equal to minus 1 over root 3. Then we can take consideration of the next example. It is the cosine. Next example is the cosine of minus 5 over 4. Cosine of minus 5 times 5 over 4. Here we can write this as the summation of two angles. It is cosine minus 4 times 5 over 4 minus 5 over 4. Then we can see that here it is cosine, then minus 5 is here, then minus 5 over. If you measure the angles, then minus 5 is in the clockwise direction, then another 5 over 4 is measured in the same direction. Therefore, we can say it is the associate acute angle is 5 over 4. But what we know is in the second, since the angle is now located in the second quadrant, the angle, the cosine should be negative value. We cannot have positive 4 cosines in second quadrant. Therefore, this should be negative. Then we will get this as negative cosine 5 over 4. The value for cosine 5 over 4 is equal to 1 over root 2. Then we can get this is equal to minus 1 over root 2. Since we have now discussed plenty of questions under the associate acute angles, now we will move to find out the solutions for theta. Under that, I will start the discussion of the question number 16. In the question number 16, I will take consideration of part A, part B, and part E. I will take consideration of these three. Therefore, if you directly move for the calculations of question number 16, in here, what they are asking is it is given that theta is in the range of minus 5 over 2 to plus 5 over 2. Here it is according to the inequalities, it is mentioned that the theta is greater than minus 5 over 2, but minus 5 over 2 cannot be taken. But in the right side of the inequality, we can see theta is less than or equal to plus 5 over 2. It simply says that theta can be in the fourth or the first quadrant only. I will show it graphically as well. Here, if you are having four quadrants in this way, but you are measuring starting from 0, then they are saying that we can have the value of theta. It is in up to 5 over 2, including this line, but less than minus 5 over 2. Therefore, we can go up to this direction, including this, as well as we can measure the angle in the clockwise direction, but not having the value 5 over 2. In the right side of the inequality, it is inclusively of 5 over 2, but in the left side, it is exclusively of minus 5 over 2. Now, in this part, it is asked in the part A, we are asked to find out the value of theta, where this value of sine theta equals to square root of 2 over 2. Here we can solve this furthermore. We can take this as square root 2 over 2. We can simplify it as 1 over root 2. It is because if you are having root 2 over 2, we can say this is equal to root 2 over square term of root 2. Square term of root 2 is value 2. Therefore, we can take this is equal to 1 over root 2. Using the same concept, what we can take is here we are having the sine theta is equal to 1 over root 2. Thereafter, what we need to do is they are saying that theta can be in the first quadrant or now it is in the fourth quadrant. But according to the quadrant rule, what we know is in the first and the second quadrant, we know that the sign can be positive. According to this information, it cannot be in the second or the third quadrant. But with due to the quadrant rule, we know that in the first and the second quadrant, sign can be positive. In the fourth quadrant, sign should be negative. Therefore, we can now say that this value should be only in the first quadrant. It cannot be forced into the fourth quadrant since we are getting the sine theta as a positive value. Therefore, we can say since this is equal to 1 over root 2, we can find out the equal value to 1 over root 2. We know that 1 over root 2 it is equal to sine 5 over 4. If you are having the value as sine 5 over 4, we know that the value of sine 5 over 4 is equal to 1 over root 2. Therefore, we can simply say that value of theta is equal to 5 over 4. Here we are not considering the general solutions. Here we are taking the specific solutions. It is because the region is given. In the particular region, we need to find out what is the value of this sine theta. There, since the sign is only positive in the first and the second quadrant, but we have given the quadrants to be considered as first and fourth only, then we can say that this sine theta equals plus 1 over root 2 will be definitely on the first quadrant. That is why we are taking value of theta equals to 5 over 4. Using the same concept, we can find out the value for the next one. It is tangent of theta equals to root 3. Since it is in the according to the same examples, the same region or the same range for theta, it is in the in between theta less than or equal to 5 over 2 but greater than minus 5 over 2. What we can consider is we can say this tan theta is only positive in first and third quadrants only, but in according to this calculation or this given range, now it cannot be placed in the fourth quadrant. Therefore, it can be only have the values in the first quadrant only. Therefore, we can say the value which is equivalent to root 3. Then we can form this is equal to tangent. Root 3 can be considered as 5 over 3. Tan 5 over 3 gets the value as root 3. Then we can say theta is equal to 5 over 3. The next one, it is I will take consideration of the part E. In the part E, it is given as sine theta is equal to minus root 3 over 2. Sine theta is equal to minus root 3 over 2. Here it is given as a negative value. The sign can be have the negative values only in the third and fourth quadrants only, since it is positive in the first and second quadrants. But according to the region of the theta, we can have it is with the first or fourth. Therefore, among these two regions, the sign will be negative in the fourth quadrant only. Therefore, we can say this angle is definitely in the fourth quadrant. Therefore, we can have the angle, it is quite in this way. We know that now the angle should be in the fourth quadrant, and the angle should be having a value. If it is theta, then value of this sine theta should be equal to root 3 over 2 if it is measured in this direction. Therefore, first we need to find out the solution for this. Then we can say it is measured in the negative direction. That's why we can say it is in this minus root 3 5 over 2. Here we cannot take this in the way that it is an obtuse angle. It is because we are having the value of theta in between minus 5 over 2 and plus 5 over 2 only. Therefore we can measure the angles in this direction or else in this direction only. Therefore, we can say this is equal to sine theta. This is equal to value of, here it is sine. Then minus can be taken inside. It is because the angle is measured in the clockwise direction. But what we know is root 3 over 2 can be considered as 5 over 3. Therefore, we can take this is equal to, though the value of theta is equal to minus 5 over 3. According to the quadrant rule, we are considering the sign, whether it is positive or negative. Since we had sine theta, it is minus times root 3 over 2. First, we have to identify what is the quadrant that the angle falls in. Thereafter, we can find out the angle associated with theta. Now we will move for the discussion of the question number 18. I will take consideration. In here, it is given that the theta is in between 0 and 360 degrees. Here it is given in the degree measures, and I will take consideration of the part A. We'll take consideration part C, then part E, part F, and I will take consideration of these values for the calculations and the discussions. First part, it is asked to find out the theta, where sine theta equals half. Question number 18, part A. It is given as sine theta equals half. If we again recall about the quadrant rule that we are having, we may have the values 0, 180, 360, 450 in this way. First, second, third and fourth quadrants all will positive, sine will be positive, tangent will be positive, cosine will be positive. Here it is asked to find out the region. Here it is given that the theta can be have the values. The theta is in between. It is less than 360 degrees, but greater than or equal to 0 degrees. Therefore, this is the region that the theta can be lies on. And here it is measured in the positive direction. It is because in anti-clockwise direction, since we can see the theta has the values from 0 to 360. It is only in the positive direction. Therefore, all the angles are measured in the clockwise direction only. Then what we can see is here we can find out the value of sine theta. Here the value of theta is equal to half. Then what we can take is here we can say it is sine theta is equal to, we can say this is equal to sine. Instead of half, we can say this sine 5 over 6 is equal to half. But this is not the enough solution or the only possible solution. It is because what we know is if we are measuring the angle 5 over 6 in whatever direction from this from the baseline, we will get the positivities because we are having the sine function in positive in the first section or the first quadrant and the second quadrant as well. If I explain, it will quite like this. If you measure 5 over 6 in this way, you will get plus half. And if you measure sine 5 over 6 from this direction, again you are getting this value as plus half. It is because the sine value or the sine function gives the positive value in the second quadrant. Therefore, we cannot have the negative values. It is now in the positive direction only. Therefore, we have to measure the angle in this way around. Therefore, the value should be, if we are having this as sine 5 over 6, or else we can have the sine theta is equal to sine, here we can say 5 minus 5 over 6. We can have both ways this of theta. It is because we can measure them in this way or the clockwise direction from the angle phi. Therefore, using these both ways, we can take the value as half. Therefore, if it is in the first one, then we can take theta is equal to 5 over 6, or we can say theta is equal to 5 minus 5 over 6. We'll take this as 5 times 5 over 6. We can have both answers for this. It is because we can have this sine 5 over 6 as the positive in the first quadrant as well as in the second quadrant. We have previously discussed about these matters, using the associate acute angle rule as well. Then I will take consideration of the next one in the given region. I will take consideration of cosine theta equals to root 2 over 2. First I will make it a way which is familiar to us. It is 1 over root 2. Now we need to find out the angle which is appropriate, given value as this 1 over root 2. But according to the region of theta, it can be in all four quadrants, but it is in whatever direction the angle should be measured in the anticlockwise direction. But associate acute angle can be in whatever direction we are considering. Therefore, we'll try to find out the acute angle associated with 1 over root 2. Then we can take, and simply this is positive in the first quadrant definitely. Therefore, we can have this cosine theta equals to, we know that the value of cosine 5 over 4 will give the value as 1 over root 2. Cosine 5 over 2 4 will be given the value as root 2. But it is not the only answer that we can have. It is because we know that cosine will be again positive in the fourth quadrant as well. Therefore, if you are measuring the angle 5 over 4 in this direction, or else if you are measuring the angle in this direction, we may get the same value. Therefore, we can say we are having this as the cosine theta equals cosine phi if it is measured from 0. And the next one is if you are measuring it from um, this 2 phi. If it is measured from the 2 phi in the other way around, we will get the same value. Therefore, we can say it is because, now think about, if you are measuring, you have to measure the angle always starting from 0. Therefore, we need to take this value. Therefore, apart from taking this value, we can consider it as the 2 phi minus this quantity. Then we can say cosine theta equals to cosine 2 phi minus phi over 4. Then we can have the values of theta. Then we can say theta equals to 5 over 4, or we can say theta is equal to 2 phi minus 5 over 4. Then it is 8 phi minus 8 phi over 4 minus 5 over 4. Together we are getting this as 7 phi over 4. Then the next question, it is in the part C. Part C, it explains we need to discuss about the tan theta equals to minus 1 over root 3. According to the quadrant rule, first we need to identify where this tan theta becomes minus. We know that in the first quadrant, we do not have a tan theta having the minus value, but in the second and the fourth quadrant, we can see sine theta, the tan theta having the negative values. Therefore, this should be in the second quadrant or the fourth quadrant. Therefore, we can measure the angle. If it is in the second quadrant, angle should be measured in this direction. If it is in the fourth quadrant, angle should be measured in this direction. It is because always we are considering the associate acute angle, and thereafter we are trying to find out what is the actual angle. Therefore, first we are trying to find out this angle, and thereafter we are taking this angle as well as this angle. Then we can say this is equal to, since it is in the second quadrant, we can say first we need to identify what is the value of this 1 over root 3. uh, what we know is 1 over root 3, in the sense we know that tan 5 over 3 5 over 6 is equal to 1 over root 3. Therefore we are consideration this as well. Then we can say this is equal to tan, this angle would be 5 over 6. This would be also equal to 5 over 6. Then we can say tan theta is equal to, since it is minus, then we can have this as tangent of 5, and this has measured in the negative direction, minus 5 over 6. Or we can have tangent theta is equal to tan 2 5. Here we need to take this, since we need to take this angle, we need to have the subtraction of 5 over 6 from 2 5. Then we can have two values. One is theta is equal to 5 minus 5 over 6. Then we'll get value of theta is equal to 5 times 5 over 6. Or we can get theta is equal to 2 5 minus 5 over 6. Then we can have the value of theta is equal to 11 times 5 over 6. This is how we are taking the values. Since it is in the second and the fourth quadrant, we have first identify that tan theta will be having the negative values. That is why first we have identified the associate acute angle for 1 over root 3, and sign, this negative sign has decided based on the quadrant. It is second and fourth quadrant, since it is tangent. That is why we have measured the first associate, identify the associate acute angle, and thereafter write the angles in the suitable manner. Then the next is I will take consideration of the cosine theta. Cosine theta is equal to minus half. Here it is, here also we need to find out where the cosine will become the negative sign. What we know is in the first and the fourth quadrant, the cosine has the positive value. Therefore, in the second and third quadrant, we can see that cosine theta can be negative values. Therefore, now we can say it should be in the second or third quadrant. Then we can measure the angles in the one of this direction. Now we have defined the minus using this second and third. Then we need to find out the value of half, or the angle associated half. What we know is if it is the cosine 5 over 6, 5 over 3, what we know is it is equal to half. Then using this concept, we can say this is 5 over 3. This angle is also 5 over 3. Therefore, we can say this is equal to, angle is, it is cosine theta equals, since it is in the second quadrant, we can say this is equal to cosine 5 minus 5 over 3. But the next one, it is in the third quadrant, then we can say cosine theta equals to cosine 5 plus 5 over 3. It cannot be exceed 2 5. It is because what we have identified was the angle should be in between 0 and 360 degrees. Therefore, we can say theta is equal to 5 minus 5 over 3. Itself gives the value of theta equals to 2 5 over 3. Or we can say value of theta is equal to 5 plus 5 over 3. Here also we will get this as it is 3 5 plus 5, it is altogether 4 pi over. Then the next one, value of cosine theta equals 1. Value of cosine theta equals 1. In the cosine theta, what we know is we know that the cosine theta will be 1 when it is in 0. Therefore, we can, since it is a commonly using value, then we cannot have any zeros in this cosine theta equals 1 in this line. We cannot have any ones for cosine theta in the vertical axis. Only the on the horizontal axis we can have the values. Therefore, we have to find out what are the other values that we are getting the cosine theta as 1. Therefore, we can have the next one. It is if it is first, second, third, and fourth quadrants. We know that the theta can be equal to 0, or else we can have the next value. We cannot have it on this direction. It is because if it is on this line, it is in it is for second and third. We know that in here cosine function is not having a positive value. Therefore we can say the next value is theta is equal to the next possible value is it is 2 5, but it is given that the theta cannot be have the value as 2 5. It is less than 360. Therefore we cannot consider this part since theta since theta is equal to 360 degrees. Therefore this cannot be considered in the according to this theta should be less than 360 degrees. Therefore, but since we need to satisfy this condition as well, we cannot consider this. Therefore, we can say the value of theta is equal to 0 in this scenario. Can have only one value. It is because if it is again coming to this value 5, then 2 5, we can move on this direction, but not with 2 5. It is just below the 2 5 only. We cannot have the value 2 5. It is because this is not considered in the region of theta. Therefore the value of cosine theta will be plus in this point only. Therefore value of cosine will be plus on the 0 and any even multiplier of 5. We can get the cosine theta as 0, but in the any multipliers it 5 over 2 in the horizontal in the vertical axis, we are not getting cosine theta as 1, or unless we are getting 0 on this these places, and we are getting cosine theta equals to minus 1 in whatever or multiplier of 5. Therefore, now I will move for the discussion of the question number 19 as well. In the question number 19, you are asked to find the value of the following. It is given that we are asked to find out the values for these inverse functions. Therefore, it is simple as the thing that we have discussed here. Then here we are not going to find out the values which are here we are going to I will take consideration of the values which we can say as the not specific solutions. The first is specific solution I will take only. I will not consider about any general solution in this matter as well. Here you are asked to find out the values of sine inverse this quantity, cosine inverse, then another cosine inverse, tangent inverse. Likewise we are having the values, and now I will discuss the question number 90. Here in the question number 19, first part is about we are asked to find out the value. If we are taking we are asked to evaluate this sine inverse root 3 over 2. First we'll take this is equal to theta. if sine inverse root 3 over 2 equals theta, then we can write this is equal to sine theta is equal to root 3 over 2. This is the method we have to follow. If you are asked to evaluate the value of inverse function, then you have to equate it to the angle theta. Then we can find out the angle theta using the method that we have discussed previously. Therefore, what we can say is here we can say sine theta is equal to sine phi over 3. Therefore, we can take the value of theta is equal to phi over 3. Here, that's why I'm taking that. I'm taking the simplest solution only. But if you need, you can move furthermore for the calculations of all the sign values which are making the positive according to the quadrant rule. Here, what we know is based on the quadrant rule, we can say here we can have this is all sine, tangent, and cosines. Then if it is theta in this direction, if it is phi over 3, we'll have this as a positive value, or else if it is in this way, having this angle as phi over 3, it is quite considered as 2 phi. It is simply this 2 phi over 3 angle. Again, this would be a positive value. Then if you move one round, then it is quite like this. Then we can say we'll get the values of theta. Then theta can be have the value of phi over 3. Then it can be have the value of phi minus phi over 3. It can have the value as phi minus phi over 3. It is because we have come up to this end. Then we'll get this value as 2 phi over 3. Then if you come up along with this axis with the up to this 360, it is 2 phi plus this quantity. Again we are getting the same angle. Then 2 phi plus phi over 3. Therefore we can have the next value is it is equal to 7 phi over 3. Then we can have the next one. It is 3 phi minus phi over 3, altogether 8 phi over 3. Similar manner, if you continue, then it is 4 phi plus phi over 3. Then it is equal to 13 phi over 3. Likewise, we can, it is the next one, it is 14 phi over 3. Then thereafter 19 phi over 3. Then 25 over 3. If you are recursively rotate the angle on the center of the circle, then we'll get this 5 over 3, and uh, in this way we'll get this negative 5 over 3. Therefore, these would be the set of possible answers that we can take for theta. But I am not going to discuss this matter at this moment. I will just try to find out the simplest solution on this matter as well. Therefore, in the later session, I will discuss about this matter by discussing it using the general solution for the sine theta. I will take consideration on this matter. Then if I take the next one, second one, it says that cosine inverse of root 2 over 2. Here, this is the thing that we need to evaluate. Therefore, I'll take this is equal to theta. Then we can consider, instead of this root over 2, I will take it as 1 over root 2. Then we can simply say cosine theta is equal to root 2 over 2, which itself equals to 1 over root 2. Then we can say the value of cosine theta, it is equal to 1 over root 2, in the sense it is equal to cosine phi over 4. Then we can say the value of theta is equal to phi over 4. This is the simplest solution we can get. In the similar manner, we can, if you need, we can consider the quadrant rule as well. According to the quadrant rule, what we know is cosine is positive in the first and the fourth quadrant. Then if you measure phi over 4 in this direction, we'll get the value. and if you measure the angle in this direction, again we are getting the value. Therefore, if it is 5 over 4 we are getting the value, then so we can say the set of values for theta, it is 5 over 4. Then we have to have, it is the next one is 2 5 minus 5 over 4, then we'll get this as 7 5 over 4. Then again we'll get, if it is one round completed, then 2 5 plus 5 over 4, then it is 9 5 over 4. Similar manner, we can continue. The next one is 4 5 minus 5 over 4, then it is 15 5 over 4, then it is 17 5 over 4, then we can say it is 23 5 over 4, then it is 25 5 over 4. In the similar way, we can find out all the possible solutions of theta. Therefore, but anyhow, I will just limited my answer at this point. I will take only the first instance solution only. Then the next part, it is part C, says that we are asked to find out the value of cosine inverse of minus root 2 over 2. Here we can say this is equal to theta, since we need to evaluate this. Then using the inverse of this function, we are evaluating the value for theta. Then we can say value of cosine theta is equal to minus root 2 over 2. This itself equals to minus 1 over root 2. Here we need to identify where we can have the cosine theta as the negative values. Here what we know is first and fourth quadrant we cannot have negative values for cosine. Then only second and third quadrant we can see the values as negative. Therefore, we can have this angle as if you are measuring the theta in this direction, this would be theta, as well as if you are measure the angle, then if it is alpha, then this would be the next theta value, and recursively we are getting the value. Therefore, we can take this cosine theta. Here we are not getting only one solution. We can say if it is the first solution, we can say this is equal to cosine 5 minus this value. What we take is cosine 5 over 4 is equal to 1 over root 2. Then we can say 5 minus 5 over 4. Therefore, we can say this is equal to cosine 3 5 over 4 itself equals to theta equals to 3 5 over 4. Therefore, this is one solution. In a similar way, we can say this is equal to cosine theta is equal to cosine 5 plus 5 over 4 itself equals to cosine 5 times 5 over 4. Then we can consider this is equal to theta is equal to 5 times 5 over 4, and recursively we can have the values. Therefore, values of theta can be again written as 3 5 over 4, 5 5 over 4. Then again, if you form the calculation, then it is 1 5, then it would become 3 5 plus or minus 5 over 4. Then here we can say this is simply 5 plus or minus 5 over 4. Then 3 5 plus or minus 5 over 4. 5 5 plus or minus 5 over 4. Therefore, this would be the value set of theta. In here also we can say here also we can say the theta is equal to the previous one also. It is 5 over plus or minus 5 over 4. Then it is 2 5 plus or minus 5 over 4. Then we can have this as 4 times 5 plus or minus 5 over 4. Likewise, we can have the both ways also. Therefore, I'm not going to discuss them, but I'm just take the primary solution in this session. Therefore, similar manner, we can try for the next three questions as well, D, E, and F. Therefore, I will just take consideration of the first three parts of this question number 19 for the explanation, we have to follow the similar manner to find out the values for the rest of the equations mentioned in the question number 19. Now I will move for the discussion of the question number 20. Here I have just discussed the first three only. At question number 20, suppose that theta is a positive acute angle such that tangent theta is equal to 5 over 12, and we are asked to find out the value of sine theta and sec theta. Here what we need to do is, if it is given that theta is a positive acute angle such that tan theta equals to 5 over 12, and thereafter we are asked to find out the value of sine theta, and then it is asked to find out the value of sec theta. Then we can few more for the question number 20. Then it says that this is a acute angle, positive acute angle. Therefore, positive acute angle in this direct, in the sense acute angle, it should be less than 90 degrees. Therefore, this should be what we are getting as the angle theta. But what we know, what they have given for us is tan theta is equal to 5 over 2. According to the trigonometric ratios, it is easy for us for obtaining us drawing the uh, triangle for this tan theta would be much more easy for us for making the solutions on this matter. Then we may draw the right angle triangle here. Then we can see if it is theta, we know that tan theta is given as the opposite side divided by the adjacent side. Then this should be equal to 5 and this should be equal to 2. Using this concept, we can easily find out what is the value of sine theta. Sine theta can be taken as the what we have discussed was sine theta is equals to the opposite side divided by the hypotenuse. Then cosine theta was discussed as the adjacent divided by the hypotenuse, and tangent theta is considered as the opposite side divided by the adjacent side. Therefore, if we have drawn a triangle in this form, if it is a right angle triangle and if it is theta, then this is said to be the opposite side of theta, and this is what we are saying as the adjacent side of theta, and this is said to be the hypotenuse of the triangle. Then according to the Pythagoras theorem, we can simply take the value of x by considering the Pythagoras theorem. We can take x squared is equal to 12 squared plus 5 squared. Here we can get x squared is equal to 144 plus 25, altogether it is 169. Then we'll get x squared equals 169. If you take square root of both sides, we'll get x equals to 13. Now we know that the value of x equals to 13, value of x is now equals to 13. Therefore, we can take the sine theta. We can take the sine theta. It is equal to the opposite side divided by the hypotenuse. Then it will be 5 divided by 13. Then next one is asked to obtain the sec theta. Rather than obtaining sec theta, we can simply find out the sec theta in the sense it is 1 over cosine theta. Therefore, if you find out the value of cosine theta, then the reciprocal of cosine theta will give the answer for sec theta. Then we can find out the cosine theta. It is equal to adjacent side divided by the hypotenuse. Then it would be equals to 12 divided by 13. then this would be equals to 1 over 12 over 13 itself equals to 13 divided by 12. Therefore, this is how we are performing the calculation on the trigonometric ratios as well. Now we will move for the discussion of the 25th question. It is because these 21, 2, 3, and 4 are somewhat similar to them. Then 24th question, we are asked to eliminate the theta from the following equations. I will first explain the way of obtaining these. Here we are asked to eliminate theta from these equations. Therefore, we can simply use the Pythagorean identities. I will take consideration of the first part. Then if it is given that the 25th question, first part is given as, it is given that x is equal to 2 times cosine theta and y is given as 2 times sine theta. Here we are asked to eliminate the theta from these equations. Therefore, what we simply do is we can, as soon as we see about the sine and cosine theta, according to the Pythagorean identity, what we know is sine squared theta plus cosine squared theta is equal to 1. Now, using these equations, first we will subject cosine theta. If it is cosine theta, then it would be x over 2. From the second equation, sine theta would be y over 2. Therefore, we can, instead of cosine theta and sine theta, we can replace them. Then y divided by 2 squared plus x divided by 2 squared equals to 1. Now we have removed the sine theta and cosine theta from the given equations. Therefore, we can say this is equal to y squared. If you solve this, then we will get this as y squared plus x squared equals to 4. Using the Pythagorean identities that we have discussed for the triangle, we can use them 1 plus tan squared theta minus x squared theta um, equals sec squared theta. Then 1 plus cot squared theta equals cosec squared theta can be also used for the other calculations. Therefore, you can just have a look on that as well. And if I take about the third one, it is the part C. If I take on the question number 25, if I take the part C as well, if it is given as x equals 1 plus tan theta and y equals 2 plus sec theta. Here we are having the answer, or we are having the question as, in the part C, we can see x equals to 1 plus tan theta, and it is given that y is equal to 2 plus sec theta. According to the Pythagorean identity, what we have identified was 1 plus tan squared theta equals to sec squared theta. Then using that concept, we can consider this calculation. 1 plus tan squared theta equals to sec squared theta. Here using first and second equation, first we need to subject tan theta and sec theta. Then using equation 1, tan theta equals to x minus 1, and from the equation 2 we can say sec theta is equal to y minus 2. Now if you have the substitution, we'll get 1 plus tan squared theta, it is x minus 1 squared, then sec theta we'll get y minus 2 square. Now we have removed this tan theta or the theta from the equation. Therefore, we can have the furthermore solution solving of this equation if we need. Therefore, we'll get x squared minus 2x plus 1 equals to y squared minus 2y 4y plus 4. Therefore, if you solve this furthermore, we'll get x squared minus 2x plus 2 equals y squared minus 4y plus 4. Therefore, this is how we are removing the theta from the equations. the easiest way is using the Pythagorean identities. But apart from using the Pythagorean identities, we may have to use some other equations according to the situation. We have to decide what is the equation that we are going to use here. And this is all what I need to discuss for this session. And thank you all for your participation.